This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Monday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins, 6 o'clock, April 17th. Let's get to the forecast now from meteorologist John Scalzi. More of the same, John?
Absolutely right.
Yeah?
Absolutely right. Yep, not much of a difference again today. Yesterday we had kind of a breezy wind. I think as we head into this afternoon, it might not be quite as breezy, so the sea breeze might be a little bit better able to move a little further inland, cooling off a few more residents. But all in all, we're ending up with a day that'll be very similar to yesterday. Rain showers, if we get them, will be south of us, mostly around the Fort Myers region. And the daytime highs will top out again warm. Yesterday we hit 86, probably hit 85 today, I would say. And a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon. Nice start to the day. Becky in Old Myakka, our longtime weather watcher, reports in with 57 degrees. Saw some rain clouds around yesterday. Did not see any rain, unfortunately. I think she was probably looking at those clouds that were just to the south of us around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. Produced a brief spritz there, but then moved on quickly. Temperatures across the region generally in the mid to upper 60s everywhere. We'll top it out today in the mid 80s, and our rain chances pretty much next to nothing. We'll have the complete forecast details for you coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
Talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking the Suncoast roads right now. First off in Manatee County, just a few slowdowns into downtown Bradenton, also on Cortez, State Road 70, either direction. Nothing major right now, of course, at 6 a.m. Farther south now into Sarasota County, a little bit of a slowdown at Bee Ridge as you look to get onto US 41, otherwise nothing major. And then farther south in the maps in South County, we'll see little slowdown northbound 41 around the Business 41 area. Topping our news this hour, President Trump is hoping for help from China to put pressure on North Korea after this weekend's failed missile launch in the Far East.
Steve Nons brings us the latest this morning.
Celebrating the nation's founder, North Korea paraded a new fleet of missiles on Saturday in what was a huge military display on its most important holiday. But an attempt to test one of those missiles on Sunday failed almost immediately. Vice President Mike Pence, who is currently on a 10-day trip to Asia, arrived in Seoul, South Korea just hours after the unsuccessful launch took place.
This morning's provocation from the North is just the latest reminder of the risks each one of you face every day in the defense of the freedom of the people of South Korea and the defense of America in this part of the world.
Defense Secretary James Mattis issued a statement saying the president was briefed on the missile test and had no comment. But Trump later tweeted that China was helping with, quote, the North Korean problem. Some U.S. lawmakers believe that China has the power to put diplomatic pressure on North Korea by threatening their economic ties and their ability to finance a nuclear weapons program.
The key, I think, to this situation, and I think President Trump understands this, is dealing with China.
China can shut them down, and we should be, whether they're currency manipulators or not, we should expect them to act to prevent what could be a cataclysmic event.
If China doesn't rein in North Korea, Trump said last week the United States will. I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
Well, a family of Syrian refugees is finally reunited after 2 years apart. Oregon resident Hussein Rashu welcomed his wife and 2 little boys. Rashu recently found legal asylum in Eugene, Oregon through work, but had trouble bringing his wife Avid and sons over from Dubai. A group of strangers, though, came together to help him bring his family to the United States. It was a long process of going back and forth to the embassy, but after 2 years, that family was finally reunited.
A 121-year tradition continues this morning in Boston. The marathon takes runners over 26 miles of pavement through the streets of Beantown. Yeah, increased security, though, which has been a common practice following the marathon bombings 4 years ago. The marathon starts at 8:50 a.m. and should last until about 11:30 a.m. If I was running, it would last till about 3 p.m., though.
It would take me a while to run that.
Oh. 6:03 right now. Police are urging residents in several states to be on alert as a manhunt continues for an accused killer out of Cleveland.
The FBI joining that search for Steve Stevens, who allegedly targeted an elderly man at random, killed him, and then posted a video of that murder all on Facebook. Police are now urging Stevens to surrender. Reed Binion has more.
I mean, what happened today is senseless.
Cleveland Police Chief Calvin Williams speaking to the media after officials say Steve Stevens killed an elderly man, recorded the crime, then uploaded the video to Facebook.
I know, Steve, that you have a relationship with some of our clergy out here in Northeast Ohio. I encourage you to give them a call and talk to them, and then call us and turn yourself in.
An arrest warrant has been issued for aggravated murder after Stevens allegedly targeted 74-year-old Robert Godwin at random, shooting him to death. Police say they learned about the killing from callers outside the Cleveland area who had seen video of the shooting on Facebook. The video reportedly shows a gun being pointed at a man's head and then fired, the victim falling to the ground.
And he drove off. I started screaming. I know he heard me screaming. And I looked across the street, and the sun just led me to, I saw blood.
Godwin was reportedly walking home after celebrating Easter with his family.
This man right here was a good man. And I just hate, I hate he's gone. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not real.
Facebook disabled access to the video after it was posted Sunday afternoon. Police say Stevens claimed publicly to have killed others, but Chief Williams said Sunday that they don't know of any other victims. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Back in Florida, 2 boaters are drying off today after getting lost 26 miles off Cedar Key, north of Tampa. A Coast Guard helicopter crew from Air Station Clearwater was called in, and the team had to hoist the 2 from the capsized hull and transport them back to dry land. Fortunately, in all this, no injuries were reported.
Well, another fallout from that recent drought, as a water shortage warning has been issued to 8.1 million people all the way from Orlando to the Florida Keys. Drought conditions have prompted the district to prohibit fires on its lands and prepare to close navigation locks on Lake Okeechobee's North Shore due to low water levels. Officials say rainfall across the district's 16 counties since November 1st has been 6.75 inches below average. South Florida now being asked to do its part in conserving the water supply.
And Governor Rick Scott hosting a roundtable discussion today with community leaders in Panama City. The topic is efforts to prepare and combat the Zika virus. We'll have the latest on information shared at the roundtable in tonight's newscast. Unusual, they're having a discussion on Zika, not in South Florida, but in the Panhandle today.
And we haven't had that much rainfall around, so the mosquitoes haven't really been all that bad, you know, but we'll be seeing those rains start again in a couple of weeks, and then the mosquitoes will be back full force, 100%. So you do a little planning now, it's probably helpful.
Good idea.
Yep, we're looking at, in fact, you know what? I had some mosquitoes a while back and actually called the county to come out and do a mosquito count in the home. And they found some of the kinds of mosquitoes that could produce the Zika virus if they were infected. They weren't, but yeah, so, you know, you never know. It's a good little caution, right?
Take precautionary measures.
We have across our region very little chance of seeing any rainfall producing mosquitoes around here today, or any mosquitoes produced by rainfall. It's going to be dry again. We'll talk about the forecast in a minute.
All right, well, coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, last-minute warnings for senior citizens filing their taxes. Stay tuned, we'll have that story next.
Our dad is an incredible man, a great father, and a hero who served his country well. He worked hard to take care of us. Now we take care of Dad with the help of Granny Nannies.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you. Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news. The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community-driven.
Haley Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So our viewing area looks very nice this morning. We don't have any fog issues, don't have any rainfall issues, and temperatures are pretty mild. Really about where we would expect them to be at this time of morning. 60 degrees Wauchula, it's 57 degrees in Arcadia, 61 in Mayaca. Parrish at 64, so is Bradenton, so is Sarasota. Venice comes in at 66. And Boca Grande comes in at 65. Yeah, it's not the morning temperatures that have been running warm. It's the afternoon temperatures where we see the real departure from our average by about 5 to 8 degrees, really above normal. 64 degrees, our current air temperature officially at the airport with a dew point of 59. That feels comfortable, down a degree at this hour, so we like that. Dew points in the 50s feel pleasant. A lot of clear sky out there, but we also have some patches of clouds that have moved through from time to time from different levels. East wind comes in at about 5 right now. We'll watch that east wind be with us throughout the day today. An offshore wind flow is a good thing. We like that. It's a warming wind for us. It's a dry wind for us. One thing we will notice is that east wind will be a little bit lighter, I think, over the next several days, allowing for perhaps a stronger sea breeze front. Now, the flags that you see here, all in green and indicating none, are the Mote Marine Spotters reports going out to these various beaches and identifying whether there are any red tide toxins in the air from their subjective observations. And it is nice news. We don't really see that happening at our beaches currently, so that's good. The report from University of Florida and the government agencies also showed that in the water, the concentrations of red tide are pretty low. So we're not really having that issue in widespread areas. Only a couple of locations showed some moderate amounts of red tide in the water. Centennial Park, City Island, both showing some moderate amounts. But in the air, not so much. All good. This is our 12-hour loop from yesterday showing a few of those scattered showers down around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. They came, they went very quickly, did not produce much in the rainfall bucket, and that's probably going to be a favored location for shower development, if we see any, again later on today, south of Charlotte Harbor, around Fort Myers, out of our viewing area. So we don't have too much going on in our local airport hubs either if you're traveling today. Atlanta looks good. No weather worries there. Charlotte, Raleigh-Durham all look pretty good. We do have some scattered light rains falling from areas of the Delmarva back through the Ohio Valley into West Virginia, back toward the open plains. Stronger storms down on the southern tip of Texas. That's where the potential for some severe weather occurs today. Also up in the northern plains on the lee side of the Rockies. There could be a little upper level support for stronger storms there. But for the most part, we're looking at just standard thunderstorm activity in the eastern half of the country. So it's a quiet day. It'll probably be a couple of quiet days in a row in terms of severe weather outbreak. I think maybe by the time we get to Wednesday, we have a better chance of seeing some back to the west. But certainly the state of Florida doesn't have any chance whatsoever. In fact, we're going to be hard-pressed to see a thunderstorm around here. Maybe in the southern tip where the moisture is a little bit thicker, where the effect of the high pressure ridge that sits right now over the deep south will be a little bit less. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be dry conditions with the easterly wind flow around this high pressure ridge, with this frontal boundary stalled out to our north and really not influencing our weather whatsoever. That high keeps us in a light easterly flow, allowing for a sea breeze each afternoon. That sea breeze keeping the coastline a little bit cooler, and the lack of moisture in the air really kind of prohibiting any sorts of shower development, except in the southern tip. So warm, sunny skies, cooler near the coast, dry weather continuing. A few fair weather clouds visible on satellite, but none of them producing rainfall nearby. For boaters today, an east wind shifting northwest with that sea breeze coming in at about 10 knots. Nice day for boating, moderate chop with 2-foot seas. And the forecast looks like this. We'll have very little chance of rain for the next several days. Temperatures in the mid-80s. And really the better chances of rain might come over the weekend, and they won't be, you know, a complete rain out sort of thing. Just along the sea breeze front in the afternoon, perhaps a 20% coverage then. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, John. Looks like a lovely week ahead. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning. Manatee County pretty quiet, a little bit of congestion on 41 as you head into South Bradenton. Other than that, State Road 70 and 301 looking clear. I-75 looking clear as well as we head into Sarasota County. Pretty quiet throughout that region as well. Looks like Fruitville seeing a little bit of congestion, as well as Bee Ridge. Clark Road looking clear though as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area. A little bit of congestion towards Business 41 and also some stoppage towards Warm Mineral Springs. But other than that, no accidents to report on this Monday morning. Well, 46 million Americans are age 65 or older, and not surprisingly, more and more have continued to work well past that traditional retirement age.
And for them, income taxes are a little more tricky. Details from ABC's Rebecca Jarvis.
In 2016, baby boomers aged 52 to 70 are either planning for retirement, beginning their retirement, or fully into retirement. And with each of those markers, there are tax incentives to consider.
You can't just make a blanket assumption that just because you're retired, you don't need to pay taxes anymore.
If you're retired and your only income is Social Security, your benefits may not be taxable, and some retirees might not even need to file. But if you receive income from other sources, a pension, your retirement plan, or a job, it's likely you'll have to pay up.
Your Social Security benefits are taxable depending on the other income. If you're drawing other benefits, if you've got any kind of a supplemental income, that can all factor into that equation.
If you're working for a business, your employer will withdraw taxes from your paycheck. But if you're self-employed, you are responsible for the taxes on that income. And if you have a retirement plan,
you don't want to take money out of your retirement accounts before age 59 and a half, or you could be subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty. And on the other end of the spectrum, you need to start withdrawing money by age 70 and a half, and that's what they call the required minimum distribution in order to avoid penalties.
Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Well, of course, tomorrow is the tax deadline. If you owe money, you may have to answer to private debt collectors now. The IRS says the initial contact will not be by phone. Letters begin, especially with those who have long-standing tax debts going back several years. And those letters might come from places like the CBE Group of Cedar Falls, Conserve of Fairport, New York, Performant of Livermore, California, or Pioneer of Horseheads, New York. The IRS encourages taxpayers to file a complaint if they think they have been mistreated.
Well, JetBlue giving away flights for people who owe money to the IRS. Take a look at this. The airline is offering 1,000 free flights as part of its tax return flight giveaway. Entrants must vouch that they are not eligible for a tax refund on their 2016 federal income tax return. Winners will receive a certificate for a free one-way domestic flight that must be used between May 1st and June 15th. You can go to JetBlue's website from now until April 25th for the complete details.
And if you've earned less than $64,000 last year, you can still get some last-minute help on those taxes. United Way Suncoast has free tax preparation services at 5 locations today, including the Robert L. Taylor Complex in Sarasota, Holiday Park Rec Hall in Northport, the Jacaranda Library in Venice. For a full list of locations, you can go to our website at mysuncoast.com. I can't believe JetBlue is offering cheaper flights or whatever for those who owe taxes.
I know.
Good hook there.
Right. An interesting way to get people to head to their website.
Yeah. 6:18 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Police say they've arrested a man wanted for murder from last summer. How did they find him, though? We'll have that story coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
I heard about the Dottoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dottoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Pretty shot of the downtown area, looking south on Lemon toward downtown Sarasota. That well-lit up building there is the relatively new State Street parking garage that's sitting installed a couple of years ago. Off to a pretty start there on this Monday morning, 6:22.
Looks like a few cars out there on the roadway. Usually we don't see that.
That's true. Fruitville Road.
Well, police in Massachusetts say they're very comfortable that they have arrested the man who killed a woman last summer while she was out for a run.
Lindsay Davis has details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the alleged killer of 27-year-old Vanessa Marcotte is now in police custody.
We got him.
Behind bars and being held on $10 million bail 8 months after the Google employee's body was found.
It was through her determined fight and her efforts that we obtained the DNA of her killer.
This morning, her family is talking to GMA.
As her cousin, I will always be proud of her. She is a fighter, and every day she makes me want to be a better person.
Finding the person that did this isn't going to bring Vanessa back, but of course we're relieved, and it gives our family some peace that the person is found and he can't do this to someone else.
And coming up at 7 a.m., former FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett weighs in on the case. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, Boston.
Petco, we sell Merrick grain-free, made with real Texas beef and whole foods from farmers we know and trust.
If you've tried every pill on the shelf to treat your tough nasal allergies, listen up. Unlike pills that don't treat congestion, Clarispray covers 100% of your nasal allergy symptoms. Clarispray, from the makers of Claritin.
Commuters are cramming. Printers are jamming. There's plenty to grind your gears, but you could feel just swell. Get away. Get home away. From insufferably noisy hotel guests. A whole home so far away. Don't have to share with rental hosts that won't get dressed. These happy, carefree, paltry, wavy, hazy, lazy days when you're away. Book the whole house at homeaway.com.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems. Or I wear nothing at all.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Don't hate me because I'm blingable. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Created Gems in Gold and Silver, where you always get big bling for little Ching.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a new report shows Suncoast households are trying to stay above the poverty level.
The search continues for a Manatee County man. We will have the latest.
And some of the best tennis players in the world are hitting the Suncoast for the Sarasota Open. What matches you can expect to see this week? Coming up.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And a pleasant good morning. Nice shot there. A wide shot of the downtown Sarasota area.
I love that shot. I have not seen that one in a while. That is a beautiful image this morning.
All the twinkling lights out there. Very nice.
Gorgeous.
Gets prettier as the sun comes up, too.
Definitely.
Not a bad deal. I'm paradise right now. I'm Ray Collins. Glad you're with us.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Grab a cup of coffee. A week is starting. We are here full force on this Monday morning.
Let's get that forecast now from meteorologist John Scalzi. Morning, John.
Good morning to you, too. Yeah, things look nice out there this morning. We don't have any weather woes whatsoever for the morning commute, so it looks pleasant. We took some lovely walks this weekend out by the beaches and found the red tide in the air to be very low, so enjoyed that. And the weather should cooperate again today for any kind of outdoor recreating without any issues of fog, rain showers. Maybe a sprinkle down around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, points south, but radar right now absolutely clean as a whistle across the region, and we will see that be the case throughout the day. The winds are generally going to be out of the east, maybe switching a little to the west, northwest as we head into the late afternoon into the early evening hours. That's our sea breeze, and the sea breeze will be a little bit stronger the further south you go. So there's where the most likely location for shower building will be, mostly around Charlotte Harbor. Temperatures everywhere in the 60s. It's a nice start to the day. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few. Back to you.
Thank you, John. The only problems right now in Manatee County, either direction on State Road 70, first off between 14th Street West and 301, a slowdown in each direction there. A little construction going on there, it appears. Also farther east, slowdowns as well, State Road 70. Farther south into Sarasota County, a couple of construction issues. Bee Ridge Road busy in both directions around Shade and Tuttle, and almost to Beneva as well. And then farther south in the maps, we'll check down in southern Sarasota County. Nothing major to report at 6:30 on this Monday morning. Topping our news this half hour, a new report shows about 15% of Florida households live in the poverty level.
But in reality, millions more are struggling to pull themselves out. ABC 7's Erica Jackson visited a highly affected community in Manatee County to learn more about their daily struggles.
Sarasota County is tied for second place in the United Way's most recent ALICE report, but there's room for improvement in several areas in Manatee County.
A lot of families just struggling to, put food on the table, keep your kids dressed, and pay the bills.
Millions of families in Florida struggle to afford a very modest living. While the federal poverty level for families is listed at $24,250, the United Way says it's really more like $53,000 in our state for a family of 4. Those who earn less are classified as asset limited, income constrained, and employed, or ALICE for short.
Communities such as these are bombarded by a variety of problems. It's really systematic issues when you really look at it.
Rodney Jones is the president of the Manatee County NAACP and lives in central Bradenton to help understand the issues of community members. Just a few miles south in West Samoset, 84% of families live in poverty or fall in the ALICE category, according to the latest numbers. And it's difficult to escape the cycle.
I know a lot of people, a lot of young people working two and three jobs now. So what happens to your children when you work 2 and 3 jobs? So it creates a supervision issue.
They don't have $25, $50, and if something happens or their car breaks down, they can't go to work.
Mariah Avey with United Way says many families have worked their way out of the ALICE category in Sarasota County. She credits the ALICE report for helping break down the challenges in each county.
We were able to see the areas that we need to focus more on by communities and really deep dives in each community. Where is it that we need to look at? What do we need to fund? Where do we need to work?
And while Avey says county officials are responsible for improvement by creating affordable housing and requiring higher paying jobs, Jones argues it begins with a good education.
It definitely is a gateway to a better quality of life. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
You can find the entire 2017 ALICE report by visiting our website, mysuncoast.com. Reporting in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The search is on for a 51-year-old missing man in Manatee County. Deputies say Brian Amon was last seen Sunday about 3 p.m. He was wearing blue jeans, gray Nike shoes, and glasses with blue tape on them, and in walks with a cane. Here's a picture of him. He is in need of medical attention. If you can help, call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. A new interactive communication system is now available for Handy Bus and Longboat Key shuttle passengers. Travelers can now receive real-time alerts by phone, email, or text. The messages can verify scheduled trips and pickup times, also cancel trips or receive alerts on pending bus arrivals. Officials say the new system is expected to free up staff to help in other ways. For more details, you can contact the number on your screen, mymanatee.org/NCC. MCAT.
Today, Sarasota County Area Transit will temporarily relocate bus operations. The Venice Train Depot buses will move to the park just to the east of the depot at the north end of Seaboard Avenue. That change comes due to road repairs after a water main break at the train depot earlier this month. Work is expected to take at least a week for the road and an additional week for the sidewalk and curb. Maintenance of that traffic area will be with signs that will be set up to allow motorists access to the boat ramp. The bike path will also remain open.
An annual tradition continues. Hundreds of churchgoers huddled in groups on Siesta Keys Public Beach, where Pine Shores Presbyterian Church held their 60th annual sunrise Easter service. Crowds huddled close on the world-famous sand to listen to Sunday hymns and hear prayers with a view.
It's always fun to see folks come back and tell us about their experiences being here. It's really a sweet service. We're very pleased.
You might not be surprised to hear that Easter boasts one of the highest turnout rates for Mass. Some Suncoast churches hold more than the usual amount of services in preparation for the surplus crowds.
Well, in the spirit of the Easter holiday, people at Bee Ridge Presbyterian Church here in Sarasota aspired to help someone in need. A one-year-old girl diagnosed with leukemia is in need of a bone marrow transplant, and the search for a match continues as volunteers gave 25 kits to people wanting to become a donor to someone in need. Family and friends of the little girl on your screen, Emily Meza, are hoping they'll find a match.
It's overwhelmingly successful. We're really grateful and thankful because, you know, she really needs it, and we hope to do more drives so that we can help other children and other families. We actually had to turn some people away because we did run out of kits, but for those individuals that we turned away, we expressed to them that they can go to bethematch.org and request a kit, which you can do there as well.
Well, sponsors of that drive say they hope they will soon find a match for little Emily. A new exhibit is opening at the Selby Public Library today. The interactive multimedia display is called Anne Frank, A History for Today. That exhibit tells the story of Anne Frank in the background of the Holocaust and the Second World War. That exhibit is on loan from the actual Anne Frank Center for Mutual Respect in Manhattan. That display will run through May 27th. A local reggae music legend, well known in Sarasota, died Friday early morning in a multi-vehicle crash. Oswald Caines, known by his friend as Ham, had just left the 5 o'clock club where he usually performs every Thursday. Unfortunately, that accident happened just 10 minutes away from his house. A celebration of life memorial service is currently being planned to commemorate him.
A very well-known guy in a band called Democracy. Very tragic news to hear that he is lost on the Suncoast here. Other news now, some golfers raised money over the weekend for a little girl with a rare brain tumor. They raised about $58,000 for little 6-year-old Avery Rand. Her father says insurance turned down the family's treatment plan, so he appreciates the support. He also gave up an update on his daughter's condition.
She's doing fine. She could be better, but today's a win. She's here today, and I'll take it all day long. If I couldn't have been more blessed to live in the community where I am. I grew up here, know a lot of people, and they've all come to my rescue, so to speak.
Avery's Army partnered with the Life of Riley Foundation to put on this event. Avery's father says it should cover her medicine.
Well, some of the best tennis players in the world are here on the Suncoast for the 10th annual Sarasota Open.
The tournament has returned to its roots this year at the United Tennis Club in Bradenton. This is where it began 10 years ago. Over 100 players from around the world are competing for a piece of the $100,000 prize. The tournament founder and the players are excited about the coming week.
Huge tennis community in general. It's a destination, so you have players from all over the world here, so a lot of nationalities, a lot of heritage, a lot of culture in this area comes out to cheer their home country heroes. So it's quite a mix for people to see.
I think there's a lot of good players, a lot of good practice sessions. It's always a great tournament to play.
So this past weekend, 32 players competed in the qualifiers. The top 4 go on to the main draw, which begins this morning at 10 a.m. and lasts into the evening. The finals are set for Sunday. Tickets start at $20 at the United Club on El Conquistador Parkway in Bradenton.
Yeah, and from what you had mentioned, there's a good economic driver here. 20,000 people expected to come out over the next couple days.
Yeah,
so.
right in the heart of the Suncoast there.
That's good stuff. A lot of us never have seen really good tennis players play.
Right.
So this has been kind of a treat for a lot of folks who maybe want to improve their game or just see what it's like to really play good tennis.
And they're good, but they're not even the best. It's amazing the different levels of really good.
Yeah.
Great opportunity to get out there and see some of these tennis players because there's a big following of tennis players here on the Suncoast.
And the weather will cooperate nicely. We'll talk about that forecast in a second.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
New details could be coming in the year-old death of pop star Prince. Stay tuned. We'll have that story next.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Pickle beets.
You keep going back to pickle beet. I want ooh la la.
With unlimited colors to choose from, I knew we would find one they would agree on.
Ace is the place with the sienna rose color you love. Or pickled beets.
This one would be nice.
Maybe aged Bordeaux.
Don't miss these April Red Hot Buys. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the #1 car brand in safety, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. And you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So looking at temperatures across the area, they're pretty comfortable, particularly because of the dew point value. Right now coming in at 59. We have a 84% relative humidity, east wind at 5, and a temperature of 64. That's pretty nice. That feels pretty good out there. A lot of blue sky as well shaping up for us today, but we'll also have a few more fair weather clouds, I think, from time to time. So not a lot of rainfall. We all know that. We all know about the fires that are burning, the easterly wind flow bringing us the smell of smoke from time to time. So this is just a reminder that the latest fire danger index forecast for today calls for Manatee County in particular to have a very high threat of a fire that would burn and require professional suppression. And across the region, we have areas where we're at least in the very high category. So fire danger an issue. We probably will not see red flags flown today for high fire danger. And the reason for that is I think that the humidity values will be a little bit too high for that to meet the criteria. That is not to say that wildfires could not rapidly spread if they were started. particularly as we head into the afternoon and we get a bit of a wind surge. So obviously not much rain falling currently, nor did we have much yesterday. Down to the south of us, there was a few showers around the Fort Myers region, and I think that's probably where they'll be again today. The reason is a little bit more moisture down there, a little more active sea breeze front down there, and that would be the location for the collision of winds necessary to produce a scattered shower. But even there, with those showers, you're not getting enough rain to really alter the rainfall bucket deficit at all. The Atlanta Airport, Raleigh-Durham, Charlotte Airport all look perfect today. No issues weather-wise there. Across the nation, things look pretty quiet as well, from the mid-Atlantic stretching all the way back to the open plains. We're seeing a little bit of rain shower activity. Nothing currently that's too terribly strong. The southern tip of Texas, seeing some stronger storms there, moisture thickest, but locally everything is okay. A few fair weather clouds, kind of an interesting cloud picture here. If you look at it, you'll notice something, and that is that you have one bank of clouds that's kind of moving in this direction. You see that right there? And then you have another bank of clouds that's kind of moving in this direction. See that? The winds will be coming at different directions at different levels throughout the day today, and you'll probably notice that effect, the kind of crisscrossing of clouds, lower level clouds coming in from the east, and then the higher level clouds coming in from the west from those thunderstorms way back toward Brownsville, Texas that I just showed you. Rainfall future cast, despite the fact that we might have a little extra cloud cover around, don't see much in the way of any kind of rainfall. That remains dry. Coming up around this evening, we'll see maybe a few showers in that same location that I showed you on radar earlier, down around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, through Fort Myers and points south where the moisture is thicker, where the sea breeze is more active. But otherwise, those dissipate before really impacting our coastal regions, and we stay dry right straight through today, tomorrow, the next day. I really don't see any big rainfall chances in the forecast, even down the road. We have big ridge of high pressure responsible for that. That's providing us with that sinking dome of air that don't allow clouds to build and produce rain showers, plus the drier air that's in place as winds come at us over land. The frontal boundary to the north would be a nice kicking mechanism to get showers started, but it's not going anywhere. It's basically just going to stall out across the northern tier. Otherwise, we look at this high pressure ridge being with us and providing us with this easterly wind flow into the long term, right straight through probably this weekend. The only difference might be that by the weekend, that high might sink a little further to the south and therefore draw our winds around more to the southeast, increasing a moisture supply a little bit. And so I'll put in about a 20% chance of weekend showers. Otherwise, we'll have to keep our fingers crossed for that stray, isolated little patch of brief rain showers like they're going to get in Fort Myers. We may get one of those during the day, each and every day over the next several days, but won't amount to much. Warm, sunny skies, cooler near the coast, and then that dry weather continues. Forecast calls for daytime highs in the mid-80s with the next chance of real rain coming over the weekend, possibly. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning, we're going to start in South County. As you can see, there is some sort of stoppage on the roadway there on I-75, but not exactly sure if it's causing any slowdowns. Doesn't look like it is, so it looks like you won't have any issues as we head into Sarasota County. A little bit of congestion on both directions on Bee Ridge Road, also on Clark Road. Other than that, no accidents in Sarasota County. In Manatee County, a little bit of congestion if you're heading into downtown Bradenton. Also on 41 as you head into South Bradenton towards Cortez Road. State Road 70 seeing a little bit of congestion as you head to I-75, but no accidents in that area on this Monday. In health news this hour, bed bugs may be becoming more resistant to insecticides.
Great. Exterminators are using new chemicals now to combat them, but a new study finds that bed bugs are showing resistance to those as well. The study recommends a combination of chemical and non-chemical means, such as traps or steam or physical removal from mattresses and casements to combat those bed bug infestations. Yuck.
Well, parents want to know why a hospital didn't inform them about a dangerous outbreak infecting at least 10 at-risk newborns. Officials at UC Irvine Medical Center say those newborns tested positive for MRSA between August and March. A state health care official says neither the hospital or the county health officials alerted the public immediately. Hospital officials say all the babies who were infected were successfully treated, so that is some good news this morning. In entertainment news, a new box office record and a big debut for a top dance music act.
Douglas Hyde has the Hollywood Minute.
Bombs away.
The Fate of the Furious set a new global box office record its debut weekend. The latest chapter in the high-octane action series opened to an estimated $532.5 million worldwide, surpassing the previous international record holder, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
If we go down, then we go down together.
The Chainsmokers are smoking up the charts. The EDM duo's full-length debut album, Memories Do Not Open, premiered at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. It's the first time in 3 years a dance artist has held the top spot on the chart.
And Mr. Goldblum, Emily.
Jeff Goldblum and his wife Emily Livingston are proud parents of a baby boy. Livingston broke the news on Instagram and said they couldn't be happier about the arrival of their new bundle of joy, River Joe Goldblum. River is the couple's second child and joins older brother Charlie Ocean. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
It has been nearly a year since we lost Prince. New details in his death investigation should become public soon. Back in 2016, a medical examiner said Prince died of an accidental overdose involving opioids. Search warrants said the investigation will be unsealed as soon as today. Prince died on April 21st, 2016. A mysterious life and also a mysterious passing as well.
All right, well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
How one mother got a very special Easter gift with the help of local police. That and local headlines are next.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC 7?
I like ABC 7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news. The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community driven.
Haley Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC 7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Taking a look at our live unit out there, there is some construction going on at the SCAT transit station in Venice, so you want to keep an eye out for that. Now, the train depot, the buses there will be moving to the park just to the east of the depot at the north end of Seaboard Avenue. That change is due to road repairs after a water main break earlier this month, so keep an eye out for that if you are heading throughout Venice area.
All right, checking local headlines now. A popular local reggae icon died in a car accident. Oswald Keynes played for years in a group called Democracy. His nickname was Ham. He was 61 years old. He was driving home after a show in Tampa when he was killed near the Howard Frankland Bridge.
Well, a new report shows 15% of Florida lives within the poverty level. That includes 84% of the Samoset community in Manatee County. The poverty level means families of 4 making less than about $53,000.
On a brighter note, world-class tennis returns to the Suncoast this week. The annual Sarasota Open runs through next Sunday at the United Tennis Club in Bradenton, and babies everywhere are happy about that.
All right, well, taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning. State Road 7301 seeing an increase in traffic, as well as that Cortez 41 bend. As we head into Sarasota County, pretty quiet throughout that area. Bee Ridge seeing a little bit of congestion. As we head into South County, pretty quiet as well. No accidents to report. There is some sort of congestion going on I-75, but other than that, looking pretty clear. John?
Well, happily, no surprises in the forecast either. We're looking at dry conditions continuing on through the week. Daytime highs in the mid-80s with a chance of rain a little bit better as we head into the weekend and moisture rises.
And a new mother in Ohio is thanking a police officer who helped her deliver her baby. It was an exhausting 24 hours for Tamara and her newborn baby, Janiyah, who came into the world 2 weeks early. She was at home alone when she began having intense contractions, so she called 911, and a few minutes later, police arrived. Mom and baby are happy and healthy. They'll be discharged in a couple of days. A nice little Easter gift for that family.
There you go.
Amazing job description by police, you know?
Yes. They can do everything, I feel like. They deliver babies, they save people, they traffic, all sorts of things.
They're heroes indeed.
Police and fire, they're on it.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy your Monday, folks.
All right, stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.